All right, here we go. Episode number 3, Culture Shock. Topic today, we're going to be discussing battles. I've asked I've asked members of Wild Culture to think of one battle, or the best battle that they've seen live, and the best battle that they've been in, and the lessons that they took from it. But before we get into that, who we got right now? We're over there. We're in South Auckland over there. We got Mozzie. She's on time for the first time ever. We got Red all the way in Sydney, and then we got this sexy beast over here, Yaka, big Yaka Blacka, out in Sea City. He with us too. So, you guys good, by the way?
Yeah, man. I'm good. We good.
You guys got any restrictions over there, Yak?
Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're out of lockdown on Tuesday.
Right.
But at this rate, it's pretty much just finding out on the day that it's going to be spread out for another 4 days.
Yeah, that's how it usually
Playing by
goes.
ear.
Yeah, dope, bro. Before we get into those questions that I put out to you guys, since we're on the topic of battles, I just want to get your guys' thoughts on what actually makes a great battle. Like, if you were to define a dope battle, a great battle, what is that? What is it to you?
Um, I'm gonna just start by marketing, promotion. You got to promote that shit. Is there history? Do we know about these guys' beefs or whatever? I think that always plays a big part. If you know these guys really don't like each other.
Mm,
Well, if you've really just been wanting to see that battle for a long time. So yeah, I mean, there's two ways you can look at it. History, they've got bad blood towards each other, or history is, and I've wanted to see this for a long time. I always think that those two things play a big factor in battles, and just advertising it, promoting it. I'm big on promoting battles and stuff. I think you got to turn it into a sport before they get into the ring. That's yeah, that's my outlook on big battles.
yeah, totally get you on that. And you are that. You are. I know. Like you as a like what you're into and stuff like that. You're definitely a guy for like the whole storyline and that gets you interested in a battle. What about you, Nix? Like if you were to define a great battle, what does that look like to you?
Yeah, like what you said. Also, the just like the give and take that the two people in a battle, because like one could have really good energy and the other one could have shit energy, and like
Mm-hmm.
it wouldn't be as dope as if like there's two people who match energy and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I totally agree with what Yak said. Yeah, sorry, I'm in the middle of cooking dinner, so
Mm. Can you feed us? Can you feed all of us while you're at it, or what? Yeah, so you're interested in like the back and forth, like an evenly spread battle, yeah, where one's delivering kill offs and another one comes back with kill offs, and then that person comes back the next round with another kill off, like that type of thing, yeah.
yeah, like the Dub Cave versus Away battle, like
Right.
that battle was sickening. Like, but the only reason why is because everyone was like one upping each other every round.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's
Oh,
dope.
that's dope because I was one of the last people in that battle, so mine must have been the top round or something. Nah, I took a different round in that battle. I was like, Erupt's mad. I'm sorry.
Before we continue, let me introduce the boys. Merciless is in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah. J Street Monster just
Yo, what's
joined
up?
us. What's up, boys? We're just the question that I just put to the guys right now is what makes a great battle to you? Like if you were to define a great battle or a good battle, what does that look like to you? I'll let you guys think on it. I'll just give my take real quick. Um, so Nick's brought up the Wild Culture away battle, and what's interesting about that battle is because there's a lot of history, legacy in just those two sides, right? You had Wild Culture with Oz Crump OGs who have done basically everything there is to do in Crump, and then on the other side you kind of had the same. So when those two are clashing, like what's actually clashing is like legacies, like legendary legacies, and that's why that battle was just so historic. Was that damn? You look at the rosters on both sides. There's just no way that battle can be crap. You know, and so when it comes to dope battles, I think it also depends on what you have done in Crump. If you're someone that has come up, killed off sessions, killed off battles, you've just created this huge name. Like if you're going head to head with somebody on that same level, that battle's gonna be dope. If someone hasn't gone through the struggle or built their name, or the battle's gonna be not interesting to people. Like I've seen battles like that when people matched up, especially in tournaments at these events, when you got someone with a huge name matched up with somebody with hasn't done much in the game. I've seen people walk out and go, "Oh, it's smoke time! It's smoke go time." You know, like no one's interested in that type of stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like a dope battle, a great battle. I think that's got to be in it. I agree 100% with what Yak was saying. Promotion has to be in it. If you're promoting something, that's how people are going to be interested in it. So I feel like it's a whole lot of things combined to make a dope battle, if that makes sense. I'll pass it over to Merce. What's your thoughts on that? Like, what's a great battle mean to you?
A great battle. I think it's just the exchange of two people going at it, proving who's best. Not only that, I think in a battle, showing you can put your best out towards a person, and a person can reply by doing his best towards his the person that he's battling. So I feel like a good battle, like I agree where you come from, where you know a good battle is like through promotion and stuff like that, getting it up. But it's because I'm not a battle type on the main events and stuff like that. I like sesh battles.
Yeah, like the sessions there. Yeah.
Just at the session, it's more raw. The feeling's more there. You know, you don't have to prep. It's more how creative you are, and so you're not preparing yourself for something that you're going to prove on that night. Where a good battle for me on the streets would be like, what do you have now? Like, what can I take from you that I can make myself grow, and what can you take from me that you can do or to progress in your Crump game?
Yeah, that's dope. And like those street battles, like there's no promotion, like it's just on the spot. Like there's no promotion needed for those type A. It's like you versus me in front of two people. Show me what you got. You know what I mean? I like that. Usually the best battles are the ones that aren't even recorded, or the ones that people haven't aren't even there for.
Absolutely.
No cameras around, just street battles. I reckon they're the best.
They are the best. They're definitely the best battles. Some of your best rounds aren't recorded.
Someone's writing in the chat. I'm just gonna ignore that person. But let's go to J Street Monster. What's your thoughts on that, bro?
I agree. Like in the street anyway, that's like where I prefer to be honest.
Right.
Like it's everybody knows it, but it's hard to describe. Like everybody's been there. It's just two people feeling it and just going at it, and everyone's got those urban legend rounds, all the rounds that they've heard of but never seen.
Right.
But for me, a great battle. It's funny. It's a hard question because a lot of factors come into it. I feel like like the promotion, like you guys were saying, and then like the feel, and then sometimes there's history between the two people battling. That's kind of come to a head at this, at wherever they're battling, and um, all those kind of factors can make for a hell of a battle. If everything comes together. Ooh, yeah. That's my take on it anyway. There's certain things that have to come together for it to be like a mean battle. But at the same time, like on the street, anything can happen,
100%. And I think everybody's definition of a great battle in their view is always going to be different to somebody else's, but it's always good to hear everyone's different views on that. Next question, we'll start off with Red, and then we'll move around. Red, what's the best battle you've ever seen live and in person that you can recall? Like, tell us about that. Like,
Kia ora. Okay, so I would probably say yes, my hype man's over there. Babysitting. Excuse me. Probably when I was in LA at the base camp, watching Crush and Without Any Bias, the big homie, JNY. It was just really surreal just seeing two different areas go head to head. It was really beautiful actually. I was blown away. That was my favorite battle.
Yeah, that's dope.
It was so epic. Yeah, they're both amazing dancers. So
yeah, no, that's dope. What about you? What about you, Yak? Well, I know you're a man that has seen many historic battles. You're also a man that has been involved in many historic battles. What's one that comes to mind when you think, what's the best battle I've ever seen live? Or even if it's one that you've been involved in, like what comes to mind when you think about that?
Man, I honestly have no idea what the best battle I've seen is. Like, honestly, I couldn't even tell you what the best. So many battles, bro. Ones that I like, big battle. Okay, I'll tell you one that didn't happen, that I wanted to happen, and I thought it was all like this had the makings to be one of the baddest battles I've ever seen, and that would have been Alien and Stylebender and Adesanya. Black Magic.
They never battled?
They didn't battle. So he judged the event Kill Off that me and Alien first went at it. So me and Alien went at it. We were in the first round. Alien gave me my first loss, and Magic was the judge. And I was like, man, that one's hard to call. I don't feel like I won. He gave it to Alien. Sweet. Walk away. And everyone talks about that battle, Yak versus Alien. So if I'm going to put one in there that I was in, be me versus him, that was one of the dope ones. But what happened afterwards is we had the after session, and the main event of the street session, the aftermath battle lineup was Alien versus Black Magic. And Alien dropped this really killer round. And then it was Adesanya's turn, and he was standing there, and he was about to get off, and he was looking up, and, he was bucking up, and then boom, the lights cut out, and the music stopped, and everyone was like, "What the hell?" Like, this was like right as his intro started. He hadn't even moved yet. He was just looking up like this, and boom, the lights cut out, the music cut out. It was all running on a generator. And it just messed up on them.
God damn.
And everyone was like, all right, we're moving the session over here. We're going to get the cars, and we'll just use those.
I bet your Stylebender was like, nah, F that, I'm going home.
Yeah. And Israel Adesanya was just like, man, going to a party, bro. I'm sorry. Bounce. He shook everyone's hand. He's like, I'm real sorry, bro. I'm real sorry. And he just left. And so we just had, we had other shit that we wanted to do, like other battles that we wanted to get out of the way after we left that aftermath anyway. So we ended up just getting a car and just being like, yo, Big Praise was there as well. Like, come, we'll go around the corner, keep it straight, play it out of the cars. Anyone that wants a battle can do that, but this guy wants to battle this guy, and this guy wants to battle this guy. So we had our own little battles that we wanted to get out of the way after the event anyway. So it worked out really good. I think I absolutely slaughtered Angel's little homie, and that wasn't even like my problem. That was Jay Angel's problem at the time. Jay Angel was having a little beef with Little Angel, so they went and settled that. And Jay Angel was my mate at the time, and I was like, bro, if you lose, bro, I'll jump in, man. And I want to see that. And then I seen him losing, and he'd taken a knee. And he was losing the battle, and I was just sitting there like this, staring at him like, come on, man, like, that's weak. And I see him look up at me like, you said you would jump in. I was losing, and I was like, wow. So I walked out there, and I just looked at Angel, and I was like, sorry, bro. And just whooped his little homie's ass. So.
Damn, bro, that's actually pretty crazy, man. I mean, we saw Erupt versus Stylebender happen before Alien versus Stylebender. I think that's pretty insane. And like when I found out that those two battled, Erupt and Stylebender, it blew my mind, bro, because that is like, I don't know if people that were at the Auckland session or people in Ozcrump when they heard about it, I don't know if they fully understood what was taking place. It's like, it doesn't even matter who won and who lost. Like, that's not even the point. It's the fact that one of the best ever in Ozcrump was finally matched up with one of the best ever in New Zealand Crump, and it happened in 2021. Like, when I was talking earlier about how people's history and their legacy, right? That was that battle right there. When it was Erupt versus Stylebender, it was two guys with Hall of Fame resumes, two legends from different countries coming up at the same time, doing the same shit, just in different countries, finally battling in 2021. I thought that was insane. Let's go to Nyx before she goes to sleep over there and getting ready for a movie and going to bed. What's the best battle you've seen, and tell us why. What's up? Oh, wait, Grudge, what's up, man? What's up, Grudge? It's good to see you, bro. Ain't got any leftover cake over there, mate, or what?
Oh yeah, I still got more in the fridge, G. You want some?
I'll get your second batch, because that's when it gets better.
Oh no, the second batch is already done. My
man. Do you think on
what
the question?
Grudge?
Oh, something, bro. How are we?
Good, bro.
Yeah, so just think on the question, what's the best battle you've seen, while Nyx is giving us her answer. Go ahead, Nyx. I know you're drunk and ready for bed already, so.
Yeah, you tell that story. I'm just fangirl out right
now. There's too many. One of them would have to be Alien versus CT versus Raw at the very first collective back in 2009, 2010. One of the two. But I just remember being 16 years old, watching that battle happen, and like just the hype, the energy, the atmosphere, and like how dope that battle was. It was just like freaking crazy, and not realizing at that time that battle would like be historic, because like to this day they haven't battled each other again. And I was like, man, if that ever happened, I'd be like standing there like popcorn, yo. But yeah, that's one of my favorite battles. Yeah, that I've seen live.
That's dope. That's dope. Is there any footage of that, by the way?
No, I think it might be. But yeah.
Like I was saying before, man, the best battles are never freaking recorded.
Yeah.
We'll We'll go Grudge, and then we'll go J Street, and then we'll go Merce. Grudge. I know you've seen plenty of wars in your time. What's some of the best? What's one of the best battles that you remember?
Best battles that I remember. Freak, I think one of them would have to be Rock versus Jimmy Street at Solo's
Eesh.
at Solo's what is it? Workshop. Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was a crazy battle, bro.
But what made it crazy?
Bro, just seeing two OGs and freaking they were heavy at that time. They were heavy as too back then. So we're getting like two massive like heavy rounds from these dudes. Like Erupt straight just grimy. That guy's the grimy king. And then you got freaking Streets Power. Whew. Like freak. At one point the dude freaking like he started coming towards me, arm swinging, G, and I almost got whacked by him, bro. I was like, whoa. You're battling him, G, not me.
I think the cool thing too about that battle was it kind of happened out of nowhere.
Yeah, bro.
Jimmy just started dancing, and all of a sudden he pulls out a piece of paper from his shoe.
Yeah,
And the piece of paper had Erupt's name on it. And then he did some move where he ripped it up, and then he put it here, and then I think he blew it like that, and the paper just whoosh. And it was like, and then Erupt was standing, because Erupt was hyping him up, He was like, yeah. Then he looked and he saw his name on the paper, and then he was like kind of confused. He was like, oh, hey, is that what we're doing? And then Erupt when he flips the switch. Like it's
bro, that's it.
Like
you're in trouble.
That's dope. They remember that.
Erupt went ham after that. I'm like,
you remember that, eh?
Yeah, I love that. That's one of the baddest battles you've seen, but that was a kill off to me when Erupt started dancing. I think he got Street got his ass handed to him in that battle. I'm pretty sure he knows that. I think they made didn't they make the guys Melbourne top 10 kill off videos that you guys made back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was on there.
Yeah, Erupt wasn't having it, man. And Street pushed him. that was a bad battle. That was good. That brought memories back. That was really cool.
Yeah,
that was dope. We'll go J Street.
I saw the question this week, and I've been thinking about heaps of battles.
Yeah,
but one that stands out is actually Mills versus Miho at Miho's workshop when it was here. Just I've pretty much grown up with Mills and knowing who his hero was, and that was Miho. Yeah. And then just having the chance to go at him, and then talk about being in the fam. That's when the talk first started. And when they went at it, bro, frick, it was man, it's like I don't know, just seeing happy for my mans, but just seeing greatness pretty much in Miho, and then Mills rising up to that. That's one that stands out to me. Also, Matters versus Beast was a good one, and another Crump Nets. But the one I've been thinking about, and someone might remember this, is Forgotten Hitters versus Death Row.
Yeah, that was big.
Frick, where is it? Cuthbert's. What's it called now? Anyway, one of our that's it. OG battle spots. Man, it was massive. That's one that stands out to me as well. It was one of the most memorable battles.
That was when it was big too, with Christchurch, it was split up into 3. I think there was about 6 leaders in Christchurch at the time, and we all had our favorite leader each, and we made 3 crews out of that. Eh? Really?
Each crew was rolling 10, 15 deep.
Yeah.
Freaking crazy.
So we'd all have our own sessions on at the same time. so we weren't at each other's sessions.
Yeah.
Hey,
And
and then
once a month, one
Once a
crew
month.
would battle one other.
Oh, that would be crazy.
Yeah.
it was mean. It was cool because I think because I was in death row, and with Khan and a few and all of our little homies, Yaks and Khans, and then you had Mills, and it was you and Mills running that fam, eh? The Forgotten
Yeah.
Hitters,
Yeah.
and then they had all the street monsters and the Mills and all of that in that fam, in that crew, and then there was what was the other one? Playground Bullies, eh?
Yeah. PGBs.
Playground Bullies, which was like Uproar. That was his crew.
Was Twin Uproar
And-
there?
Twin Uproar, yeah. He was he was around those days. And they had their own crew. And I think the cool thing about like our monthly catch ups is we got our battles out of the way first. Like we battled Playground Bully Forgotten Hitters first, and then we battled Playground Bullies the next one, and then we got to watch the third one. So it was really cool. Like sitting back like what like chill
Yeah.
cunts.
Yeah, legit.
Yeah.
Like everyone would come together, and it'll be all cordial right up until the point where everyone starts battling, and then they just split, and then there's the other two that's watching, like right there. Oh man, yeah, up there.
Good times. Another good thing about those days is like when your session wasn't popping off, then like you had to go to someone else's session. It was always funny seeing someone from the other crew with their tail between their legs coming to our jam. Like, what happened, bro? Got no numbers, bro. Like, start talking smack to each other. Eh? Yeah, good times. Yeah, that was a great battle, that one.
It's dope when you think about these things now, and you look back, and you're like, man, that was crazy that I saw that, crazy that I was there for that. It's insane, man. Merce, we'll go to you. What's a battle that you remember?
Oh no, man! It's like everyone else. I think there's a lot. Brad's already pointed out one that I wanted to say. That
Yeah.
was a dope battle against Erupting Junior. Another dope one, I reckon, just at that time, I think we needed beef just to shake up the crump around Brent City was Psych versus Blitz.
Mm.
That was crazy. Yeah, I've never seen my brother get a bit angry over over someone just dancing, but man, that was intense, and that battle was crazy. I think just the hype around it, what both
the
of them
lead up to it was gangster.
yeah, the lead up to it was real good. But yeah, Blitz versus Psych, I reckon that was a good battle, man. A great battle against two OGs.
Yeah, it started off with 1-on-1, and then it ended up 10 against 1 or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, the whole crew jumped in, and yeah, I think it was all of us that jumped in there.
Yeah.
I think it was. Yeah,
It was
it's been
insane,
that long,
bro.
but I still remember that feeling we were all there, man. It was just like, yeah, crazy feeling.
That's dope. Let me welcome Tragic, and he's in the house.
Yeah,
What's up, Tragic? What's
all the
up,
way
Tragic?
out there in Western Australia. He's probably the
My-
only
my-
guy here.
my son.
He's probably the only guy here that isn't in lockdown.
Oh, this is good.
That's why he's got the shades on, G.
Man, he's living large over there, man. Freaking
Bro, what's lockdown, eh? I don't even know what lockdown is.
Oh.
Hey, Tragic. So the question's been going around. We're all sharing a battle that just we remember, one of the best battles that we recall. What's one that comes to mind for you?
I was trying to think before I logged on, and one battle that always stood out to me. Wait, is Yak on here? Yak's on here.
He's on here.
Right,
He's
he was
here.
a part of this battle. But the Kill Off 2 Aftermath, this was like 2009. And there was this crazy 3-way tag team battle, which was it like Wongas had Jury and Richie versus Big Raw and my big homie King Cry versus. Trying to remember, was it you and Angel? Yeah, it was like Angel fan.
Me and Corey, Twin Angel.
Right. There was so much beef, and like I can't even explain like to be there. Like, to me, that was one of the most craziest crop environments. Just like being young and just watching all this, everyone getting off on everyone. No one recorded it. Well, I don't think anyone recorded it.
No, nobody recorded it. I think one of the parts that stood out was there was beef with Raw and Angel, so we were already Raw really got him at kill off too at the actual event.
Yeah.
So we were like, I'll get Raw at the aftermath. And then Corey, which was Twin Angel at the time, he's like, "No, I want a piece of him too." So we'll get him to get a tag team partner. I was like, "I'll get him someone dope because I'm gonna get him." Like, you know. And then we walked up to Raw, and I was like, "Yo, why don't you get King Cry and you can verse me and Corey?" And Raw looked at me and was just like, "Yeah, done." Like he was in. He really wanted to get us. Like he knew we wanted to get him. And then Wanganui wanted to get involved too. So was it Richie and Jerry? They try to jump in too, and full credit to them. Like participation award, they get it. They showed up. They showed up to the battle, and I respect that. But we were going to put them down in one round. So and honestly, man, R.I.P. to Richie, man, because that's my brother. But when he dropped his round, he turned to Angel and he started screaming in his face, and he's like, "Ah!" Like walked all the way up to him and screamed at him at the start of his round, and then got off. And then I dropped my round. I turned to him and shut the fuck up. and like touchy subject because the man's gone now. And I absolutely love that dude. He's amazing. But we had to really put them in their place before we got at Raw. We're like, okay, these guys need to get out of the way because this is beef. So we put them down real quick, killed them off in the first round, and then we were like, all right, let's get Raw now. And King Cry, he was holding his own. He's such a humble, such a respectable guy. And he was standing next to the one we wanted to fuck with. So it's like, damn. So it was a really, really beefy battle.
Hey, we'll just continue with just us four, and then everyone else can just jump on when they jump on. Which battle? We're on Tragic's battle, right?
Yeah. I just set up Shakes to see if he's free to jump on because he was part of that battle.
Oh, yeah?
He was one of the guys that jumped. He was one of the ones that jumped in, so I'm trying to see if he's free to jump on to get his view.
Dang, that battle. There's no footage of that, ever. Like, because I was so back then, like.
And it's right, like when we were young, so like at that battle, that was one of my favorite highlights, and I was only like 16. And like most of my favorite highlights of Crump were when I was younger.
Yeah.
Like the last 10 years of Crump, for me, I'm just like, still all right. But then my favorite memories are when I was young. Just because like we're crumping every day, right. And we just love that shit.
Yeah, crumping every day, not much responsibility, like it was just life back then, just now we're all grown up and bills and all this other stuff. It sucks, man. But did you have anything more on that battle also?
Just trying to think. Maybe Yak can continue since he was a part of it. It was just one of my highlights of watching, like, it was crazy. So many people jumped in, like little homies of all the people that were in it were just getting in on it. That's why I was glad Yak was on to get his input on that.
Yeah, well, if he jumps back on, we'll come back to that one, but we'll stay with you. What's?
Oh, no, we'll go next.
Well, I'm curious. What's a battle that you've had personally that was we'll say one of your best battles that you've had, and why?
I was thinking about this earlier too. So for me, it was before I moved to Oz. Was at a Cap City, I think 2012. Battled his name was Rock Force at the time. He had a couple names, but he never really covered much. It was Serge Lilo, who like played in the Hurricanes. He held it down there for. He would come to sessions, do a couple rounds, and everyone was just like, "Wow, bro, this guy's crazy." So called him out for a battle, like cap cities that used to happen like once every month in Wally's. Travel down, and bro, I wanted to go hard, so I had like a whole intro, everything, lab tricks, and his first round, bro, I did like this ground move. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna pull out all my shit the next round. Then when he went, bro, ripped his shirt off, ripped theirs, just like everyone just screaming. Just like, fuck, he's a beast. But yeah, this was one of my favorites because no one had seen him being pushed to do stuff like that. And I was like glad that that made him want to freaking
rip the shirt off.
Me apart. Like,
hey, you know when someone rips the shirt off, to them they're like, oh shit, I'm losing. Next round is like,
especially if you're ripped.
That's pretty dope. That's actually a dope memory, man. Thanks for sharing that. Nix, what's a battle that you've been in that is like one of your best battles?
Can you guys hear me?
We sure
Sorry,
can.
I'm outside. It's a little bit windy. Like for me, I've had a lot of battles, but probably my favorite one would have to be when I came back to the game. It was 2018, and it was YNBBG versus Empire, but none of the boys in Empire could come, and the only one that did come was Money, and his back was like completely stuffed. It was when he like seated his back, and so the girls went up against the boys in YNBBG, and he wasn't there, but like just being able to be a female, stand strong, and like go up with your sisters and be like, yo, like we'll take it. Like that was probably like a highlight for me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's mean as. That's a good experience for you too. Before we continue, just wanna welcome the bro Mills into the chat. Obviously Mills, we've just been going off of like dope battles that we've seen and dope battles that we've been involved in. We'll come to you. What's a battle that you have been in that you remember as probably one of your best battles ever?
Stand by. We got a bit of a situation where a jug was being boiled in the background.
Oh, Mills the Must. What's going on, Mills the Must?
A battle.
Jay Street Monster mentioned. Actually, we'll start with this while you're still thinking. Jay Street Monster brought up a battle between you and Miho as a battle of his that he looks to as one of the best battles he's ever seen. And that's crazy that you got that experience to battle Miho. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, it's shit. Everybody knows like that's the dude, man. And we always hear about Eyes and Eyes is dope and all that. But Miho was like, a lot of us just loved the fact that we didn't see much of him back in the day, but we knew of him, you know? And so when he was in town and we heard that you got to go head to head with him, can you just share your experience about that battle and what you remember from it before you answer the question I put to you?
Yeah. So I remember pretty much everything. It's pretty surreal. Even looking back at it now, it's when people hit, like, it's pretty crazy to think that I had the chance to kind of meet him, let alone battle him, especially given in the circumstances where, kind of like I hit him up to join the fam, went to his workshops. We'd actually, the day that I battled him, we were meant to fly out, so we weren't even meant to go to his workshop. So me, Rich, Matters, there's a couple of us, we got like heavy on the Vilemas the night before. So I was in no state to be battling Miho. Yeah, he did the workshop. We didn't partake in the workshop because we were hung and we were going to fly out soon. And then I can't remember what happened, but usually he said, so he kind of finished the workshop and was like, usually we have a session, but he was like, there's someone here that wants to join the fam. So what we're going to do is we're usually going to see a battle or like the start of like a fam put on. So I instant sacked it, not because like I don't care about like it's not about losing. I was always going to get murked by him anyway, but it's like there's like a presence to him, and that was the biggest thing that made me sack it, is that the man's he hadn't even really done anything, but everyone was kind of losing their mind, and it's he's quite a big personality. So when he started dancing, he just carries himself in such a way that it's real simple movements, and I think it's a lot of the reason why I dance the way that I do, because I'm not really I don't do a lot, but it's kind of I think it's my presence that kind of draws people in and the atmosphere that I create. So to go up against that was pretty crazy, because it was, I've kind of made a bit of a name because I don't really do a lot compared to a lot of skilled dancers, but people kind of get sucked into what I do, and that is kind of their undoing, because I've done it from the jump. So when he did it to me, I was kind of like, fuck, there's not, I now know how it feels. And then you can't go, not that it made me stand out, but because I didn't really follow that style of dancing, I kind of did stand out, like just because I was different to what, like I'm a fundamentals dancer, foundation dancer. So then to go against Miho, who was like, he has combos and that, but everything just flows real smooth, and I just remember him like hitting a couple chest hits, and I was like, well, and gonna have to swing for the fences. And I vividly remember, like it was weird because he talks while he dances. Like so obviously speaks with his movements, but he was actually talking to me while he was like dancing. And it was, I was able to read his movements anyway, but he was literally just talking shit the entire time and like giving me assholes. And he said to me, he like backhanded me, said he was going to backhand me, and then he actually physically backhanded me in the same motion. So, look, I've never felt so little before in my crumb career in my life. And then it was, it was crazy. I remember and then he did his thing he always does, and he took his top off, and then there was like people were like watching over that, and I was like, come on, mate, not everyone has those genetics, eh? And then I can't remember how many rounds we went, but we went a few, and then I was gassed. Like I was seeing colours by the end of it. It was kind of like there was nothing that I could do to match what he was putting out, because a lot of the stuff I do is based off of him. So, and then talking to him afterwards, it was crazy to hear. He was like, generally a lot of people put in that position, not crumble, but they respect him too much that they don't want to go at him. I'm pretty sure I got a little bit hands-on towards in the middle of the battle, which I think, not through him, but I think he was just because, I don't know, you do not see people trying to go hands-on with Miho. Let alone someone who, like, he's never heard of me before in his life. So I think I earned a bit of respect from him. He said that I pushed him, but I was like, come on, mate, I didn't push you. But this was like right before he went on his, I was kind of lucky because this is before he went on his tier where he like battled Beast and that. And yeah, like he's way more active in the game now than he was. But when I battled him, he was just in the midst of coming back to it. So I 100% would have got murked if he was at where he's at now. But yeah, overall, bro, it's yeah, those that were there, like that's why I don't really talk about it. I'm not really like an accolades or like it's a big accomplishment for myself, but I'm not going to be like, yeah, I battled Miho, because one, I got shit on, and like two, I'm like, yeah, like it's not.
Two, you got shit on.
Yeah, like it's, you know what I mean? But you can take, I can take that and it's fine. I'm like, cool. But it's kind of just one of those things. But it's just been similar with how I've been kind of the whole time, where I'm not really that fussed about, like accolades are cool, but, you know, people that know me, and I'm like, yeah, like it doesn't really faze me. I'm not going to all of a sudden change my Instagram and have I battled Miho. You know what I mean? Like it's just, mean to be a part of it. But.
Yeah, and that's just the type of person you are. You know, everybody's different, and just even us hearing that you got to battle Miho was so huge, because like you know, for us OGs, like we understand the magnitude of somebody like you who's come up in the game, and now you're getting a shot at going against Miho. Like that's freaking insane. Just even saying that is freaking insane. And like not many of us here in Australia and New Zealand get an opportunity to battle somebody from the Mecca, you know, somebody from America. I mean, it's one of the toughest, daunting things to do. I mean, I've seen you've battled Miho, I've battled Crush and Beast. A lot of guys in NZ have battled Beast, same as Australia. Like, I've seen an Alien battle J and Y. Like, it's crazy. Like, and the amount of pressure that's on us, you know, I mean, no one cares about what we're going to do. They just care about what the other guys are going to do. So, that's pretty crazy. Before we continue, just welcome, Aniki. What's going on? Welcome to the chat.
Hello.
So we'll come straight to you. We'll come straight to you because we've been having a dope conversation about the best battles we've seen, the best battles we've been a part of. What's one that sticks out to you? It could either be one that you've seen live and in person, or just one that you've been involved in.
Oh, that's a tough one. I would say the best battle would probably be, like, the most memorable that I've seen would probably be like everything that happened at 2018 Clash. That was like the first time I traveled nationally for any. Actually, I traveled once before that Clash, but that was like the first national event that I did.
Right.
And yeah, I just remember being so like astounded by like Hood winning the 7 to KO when he did like the 7 rounds in a row.
This one in
and
Sydney,
watching
right?
Red versus Hayes. Yeah. Yeah, and watching Red versus Hayes, and then the new gens versus females, like it was just such a crazy event. So I would say probably like I can't really decide which one specifically, but I just loved everything that was there that night. Yeah. And as for my own battle specifically, I would say probably versing Queen Buckhype when I battled her in Frontfire Asia. That was probably like the most memorable for me, and also taught me a lot. Because I went into that event with a whole heap of like self-doubt. Because in 2018 I did really good, but then in 2019 I was just like losing everything, and because I was still pretty new to the game, and I was getting killed off like crazy. And that battle taught me that it's not about trying to win things. And that's kind of what was like the game changer for me, is when I started to realize that like I was chasing after all these wins, but what I actually needed to do in order to level up was to stop caring so much about what others thought, and to stop caring about the accolades and all that sort of stuff. Because when you don't care, then that's when you actually start dancing better, because you don't care about what other people think. But yeah, I feel like I did one of the best rounds against her, because in that moment I just thought she was going to kill me off, and because she's Queen Buckhype, I was like, oh my god, shit, like what? Yeah. So I was like, well, I may as well just do whatever it is that I can, because she's going to beat me anyways. But yeah, it just taught me a lot.
Yeah, that's actually dope that you take those lessons from those battles too. We'll go Grudge and then Merce, because I haven't heard your one of the best battles that you've been involved in. What's one that you remember when this question comes to mind? We'll go with you, Grudge.
Best battle I've been in. It was when I battled Scrappy. It was after It was after he was with Justice Crew. Remember that crew?
Yeah, Justice Crew. Yeah.
Yeah, and they were touring and stuff, and we were performing on the same tour. And anyways, at rehearsals, like, bro, straight off, our set sucked, eh? Our set sucked, bro. But like at rehearsals, like he was supposed to go backstage. Like he was like, no, I'm gonna come watch your set. I'm gonna come watch you guys rehearse. So like we're rehearsing and stuff. And then afterwards, bro, I look back at him and he's just like and I was like, yeah.
Also, you called him out?
Yeah, bro. So after
Because he was disappointed in your thing. So you saw that he was disappointed and he was like this and you were like, oh, it's like that? We're battling now. Is that how it went down?
Yeah, dude. So I ended up before our performance, I ended up calling him out. I was like, after this event, we'll battle. And he's like, oh, yeah, sweet. So then after the concert, G, I was like going to say bye to all these people. And then, bro, all I hear is, bro, Grunge, Scrappy's calling you out at the car park. I was like, oh, what? Bro, I ran to the car park and then we had our battle. Yeah. I feel like I got him, G. I'm not. I didn't win, but like, yeah, freaking.
Nah, you won, bro. I'm telling you right now, you won. All right, you're taking that.
No. I didn't win, bro.
Bro, are you sure? You sure you won? I got Scrappy on loudspeaker over here.
Nah, dude. I didn't win, but I reckon like, yeah, it was close.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was probably one of the best battles I've been in.
No, don't. Merce, what's a battle that comes to mind for you?
I don't know. I was just trying to think of like local battles I've been in and stuff like that, but I think I'm just gonna go with the one with Kid Antagonized, the one I just did the BNC with.
New Zealand?
Yeah. So it's for me that was great. Like a good battling someone out of Australia and getting out of the comfort zone and putting a trust in someone else, because obviously, you know, when you crump by yourself and
right.
You're actually trying to dance from yourself. So the experience I took from that battle with Kid Antagonized and learning to trust each other on the floor and put moves together, I think that'll be the best battle that I'll probably put underneath me, battling other people. So yeah, just having someone else on your side, I guess, and learning more about each other. I think that will be the highlight for me, man.
Yeah, that's actually dope that you bring that up too, because you know we're the topic we're obviously discussing is battles, and we're reminiscing and going down memory lane. But there's so many lessons to take from it. And I remember you in that time, because this is the first time you've ever left Australia to battle in a different country. You're in New Zealand for the first time for Crump, and
yeah, and I just got back into Crump too. So
you just got back into Crump, and you're battling in a type of battle that you've never battled in before, the BNC thing. And you guys actually killed it, man. So I think that was like a dope thing for you to be like, shit, I'm out of my comfort zone, but I can still kill it regardless. So
yeah, it was a big it was good experience, man. Like, don't get me wrong, I won't do it again, but
yeah,
I won't do it again. But to be honest, it was more to help out Kid Antagonized, you know, to get out of her comfort zone. I think just an OG just trying to step up and help the young ones, man. I think that was the biggest thing that we could do.
What a selfless guy.
You should battle me, Moose.
I want to battle you. Ooh. I want to battle you, Mills.
Oh,
That battle would be
oh.
freaking tight, man.
Buster Millie
Yeah.
versus Mills the Moth.
There we go.
But I think
We even make
the
call outs
boys.
on Zoom, man. This is happening at some point.
Yeah, they'll be mad. They'll be good on them, man. They'll be good on them, man.
Yeah, no, it'd be mean.
Yeah,
I'll
I
make
mean,
Corona
and like
goes away.
because we're talking earlier about like what makes a good battle. Like if you were to define a dope battle, what does that look like to you? And like, for example, like a guy like Mills and Merce, it's like they kind of like have similar the way they've come up in the game, you know, and when we want to see a matchup like that, everyone wants to see that type of matchup because they match up well.
Yep.
It reminds me of when Mills battled Alpha One at that clash that Aniki was talking about in Sydney.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy. And it's like two people that are kind of like similar. They're in the same, you know, genre when it comes to style and stuff like that. They're the most powerful dudes in the game. Their styles is just scary, and people always want to like get out of the way, like when these guys are throwing jabs and arm swings. And I think that makes a dope battle is when you have two people that match up very well. I asked Tragic this on what's your idea of a dope battle? Like if you were to script out the greatest battle ever, what does that look like to you?
Man, to me, I feel like there needs to be some kind of history to like, because anyone can battle, two people can battle, and like you might not be invested in it unless there's like this, but like some kind of tension will draw you into that, and they're gonna be at the top of their game, which makes it even more interesting to me. Yeah, some kind of beef factor.
Yeah, 100%.
Or
I like that too.
Or if that's their kind of character, then that just adds to it.
Yeah, that's dope. I think everyone else has answered this question except for Mills and Aniki, so I'll go back to them too. What's your take on that, Mills?
What makes a good battle?
Yeah.
I think people are scared to get off on someone. Like I think people are afraid to push each other because they might be tight or whatever. They might. I think that's the thing that holds people back. Like people want to battle, but they just want to tick the boxes. Like they don't really go after each other. I don't know if that comes from a super OG perspective, but like I've had many a battle with Rich, and we have gone at each other pretty bad.
Yeah, like you wouldn't think we were friends.
Yeah.
Like,
so it's, yeah, I think there's like confusion around battling. Like people say they want to battle, but really they just want to show off their combos. It's not like a battle was not what it used to be.
Right.
So
like a performance,
like,
almost.
You have to have some kind of intent. Like I think,
I like that.
if you, like I used to say this to the boys in Sea City all the time before we used to go anywhere. Like if we can't kill each other off, you're never going to kill anyone else off. Like you have to be able to have enough intent to go after your boys to get off on someone you don't know. And I think that is missing from, Krumpers. There's a certain amount of entertainment value, depending like time, place, circumstance though, because in the street you can feel it, but because I feel there was kind of a stage where everything was you were battling on a stage like it was you were at an event. Like that is where the difference was. Like for us coming up, there weren't really events. Like we battled in the street, so you just went until someone died, pretty much. Like, you know what I mean? Like a battle now is like, at what stage were people like a battle was 2 rounds? That just wasn't a thing. And for me isn't a thing. So that's kind of like like people kind of dance 2 rounds and they're like, oh, well, I think I've got you because I did a better combo in round 1. And I think that, the intent behind wanting to get off on someone and destroy them is kind of missing. So you need that, the whole like killer instinct behind what you do.
Yeah, that's dope. I like that. What about you, Aniki?
Yeah, I like what Tragic was saying about how there has to be some sort of tension or beef behind it. I also kind of like watching like opposite personalities battle as well. Like sometimes there's one that's really beefy type of battle, and then there's like one that's like full on underdog, and they're like really unexpected, and they came like kind of come out of nowhere sort of thing. I like watching those type of battles, like at Clash with Melissa, how like she was like so slept on and such an underdog, but then she ended up delivering like crazy rounds. But yeah, like watching opposites battle each other and also having that tension and beef as well. It's cool.
Yeah, it's. I remember Melissa too because everyone did sleep on her. Everyone was going for the hazes and the reds, and no one paid attention to the two people that ended up making the finals, which was Kid Antagonize and Melissa, right? So, yeah, because sometimes for me it's like we see so many
Never
crumblers.
takes the cake like that ever again.
Actually, Grudge, I don't think you've answered that question yet. What makes a
What's
dope?
up?
Like what
That
what
dope
makes
battle.
Grudge interested in a battle?
Style clashes.
Yeah.
Style clashes or like eras versus eras. Like OGs versus vets or OGs versus Norm. Yeah, those kind of battles. I don't know why. They're better. Oh, for me, they're better to watch. More entertaining. Yo.
Yeah, no, that's actually dope because it is interesting when you see a power guy going up against a flashy guy, and then you see which style prevails, and that's actually pretty cool that you say that. I was gonna check out one more question, and then we're gonna end it there. But mainly because I got the notification that the time is running out because we don't have premium. But
Get
what's
premium, man.
Oh, I'll think about it. I actually tried doing a premium while we are doing this because there's a thing that says upgrade, and then I upgraded, and then I saw $350, and then I went, yeah, nah, we'll stay with what we got. So.
Just hit the crew up for the money because it takes about that many days for them to send the money through.
All right, so I gotta check this last question out. I'm gonna open up to anybody. Just what's a dream battle for you? Whether it's one that you're involved in or just one that you want to see. Or someone you like, maybe some like not doesn't have to be you versus someone here. It could be you versus somebody over in the States. I know if it's Tades or Miho, that's too easy. I want to hear something else. And plus, we already got Mills versus Miho. That's it. You got one, Greg?
OGs and Oz versus OGs and NZ.
Yo.
I want to see that.
Take my freaking money. Take my freaking money.
That'll be the best battle.
And I was actually just want to touch on that real quick because I brought up in the beginning of this, we saw Erupt versus Black Magic, and it was so dope that finally happened. But at the same time, I was like, I know the boat has sailed on this, but just imagine if we clashed back then. You know, like when everything was at its. I know they battled in 2021, and it's dope. It's like, oh my gosh, they finally battled two legends, and one in New Zealand, one in Australia. Now they're finally clashing. But I think still it will be dope to see. The matchups will still be dope between. I think that people will pay money to see that because there's a lot of history from both Australia and New Zealand. That'll be pretty dope. Who else has a dream battle?
Not even just bro, like a Crump National format, but just all NZ versus Oz. Like a 3-day event of that. you got the built-in rivalry of New Zealand versus Oz, and then there's just all these little pockets of stuff that that goes on. Frack, that would be mean.
I don't even think he should put an event for that one, man. Just straight streets.
Straight up.
Straight to the streets, man. Session. That's it.
Like a lock-in session.
If it's 3
Lock-in
days,
session, man.
if it's 3 days, you do 1 day in the street, and then the next in the freaking.
Yeah.
In the last one, we just session. That would be pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like
That'd be crazy.
say Friday you get battles in, Saturday you get, I don't know, six mains from each country. You know, the country votes on who, and then Sunday you just go and ham on each other and then drink afterwards.
Like, who remembers at Crumpnats the session that happened on the
Oh, mean.
Yeah.
Sorry, I missed that. What'd you say?
the battle where it was Psych versus Master at Crumpnats?
Mm.
That was me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I
mean.
missed the what was it, the WK family one against who? Who was it?
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty dope.
Holy
To be honest,
shit, man.
I'll just let you guys know, but the Oz versus New Zealand, it's the discussions have been happening, and I've been involved in all of that. It's just a matter of just coming to an agreement and making it happen. And then COVID hit when we were actually in the middle of we were making progress, and then boom, countries are locked down, and now we just gotta wait till it's over, and then we can get those conversations happening again, because it's something that needs to happen, man. Because for me, it's like I see Saber go out to win what was the thing that he won in 2018? The EBS, was it?
Yeah.
Like we need a championship like that on our side of the world, because I've seen, I can't remember who it was. I think it was Dread or somebody that said on the Crumpers page that he's basically won every title there is to win. And I'm sitting here like, you haven't brought your ass down here and won the title from this side of the world. And I want to create a title like that here that will force those dudes to fly here and beat us for a championship on our side of the world. And so that's something that for sure has to happen, because I mean, when you look at NZ Crump, it's the dopest crumpers out there. You look at Australia's crumpers, it's the dopest crumpers out here. So we need to get those mother suckers down here and battle us. So hopefully we make it happen, man, because they'll be dope.
I mean, yeah, I agree that they do need to come down here because there's legit hidden talent down here. But when you said title, I thought you meant something like the Bledisloe, just between New Zealand and Oz.
Oh, we do that too. We do that too. But we don't call it the Bledisloe because we haven't seen that for 20 years. Call it something else, bro.
Yeah, but something like that, just between us. Man.
Yeah, I agree too. on that. All right, we've got time for 2 more dream battles, and then let's sayonara out of here.
I don't know. I wanted to verse ER because I wanted to shoot up to Kelly, but obviously the man passed. That would have been
Oh
mad.
man, I was about to make the darkest joke.
Rest in peace to the
It wasn't. You still can, but what a sad guy.
Say it with your chest, Mo. Say it with your chest.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pray for myself after this.
Not gonna work.